Our Joyner Family Stadium here on the campus of East Carolina University in Greenville, North Carolina. Matt Schick alongside Michelle Smith. And getting set for Pool B semifinal game number 1. And right now, Louisiana and Ohio, an Ohio team that was the Central Region champs, and this week has had a pretty good week. 6-0 win over Mexico and a 2-0 win over Rowan Little League out of North Carolina.
Yeah, this Ohio team is just very talented in all three phases of the game. They pitch well. They've got great defense behind their pitching staff. And then, of course, they put runs up on the board. That pitching staff really is all about Mila Hamley. She has been so strong.
It's going to be a great pitching matchup with Mila Hamley, who has 27 strikeouts with back-to-back complete game 1 hitters. And on the other side, it's the champs of the Southwest region, Louisiana, the Sterlington Little League. They have outscored the opposition 13-0, back-to-back shutouts, had a Sunday win over Idaho, a Monday win over Canada, have not played since then because of the rain. Ansley Johnson has pitched all but 1 inning for Louisiana, and she is a strikeout queen.
She is a strikeout queen, and this is another team that really does all three facets of the game very well. But one of the things this coaching staff talks about with this Louisiana team is their heart, their hustle, and their grit. This is just a really talented team. They want it. You could see it when coming through regionals, and they are excited to be here. But you're right, Matt, this is all about the pitchers in the circle. This is going to be a great matchup.
24 strikeouts for Ansley Johnson and 11 innings of work. And for Mila Hamley, she's got 27 strikeouts to her name as well. It's going to be a great matchup. Winner heads to the semifinal. Sterlington, Austintown, next. Bank.
My name is Ava Madison, and my favorite athlete is Jocelyn Eller. My name is Preston Putch, and my favorite artist is Megan Merman. My name is Heidi Harrison, and my favorite food is a brownie sundae. My name is Kimberly Isaac, and my dream vacation is to go to Paris. My name is Kennedy Sampson, and my favorite hobby is sleeping. My name is Kayla Madison, and my favorite food is sushi. My name is Ariana Alfaro, and my favorite sports team is JMU. My name is B. Serta, and my favorite food is crawfish.
My name is Ansley Johnson, and my favorite athlete is Caitlin Clark.
My name is Emma Winger, and my favorite place is Florida. My name is Ava Fletcher, and my favorite athlete is Jocelyn Allen.
My name is Neely Kilpatrick, and my favorite hobby is shopping.
There's a look at Louisiana. There's a look at the lineup. Harrison, Sampson, Kilpatrick leading things off. And Louisiana lineup that, you know, when you've got great pitching, you don't necessarily have to put up a lot of runs. It's going to be tough to put up runs against Mila Hamley.
Yeah, Mila Hamley is just off the charts, has the ability to locate pitches. She's going to throw around 60 miles an hour. But Matt, she also can move the ball through the zone. She's got a curveball, screwball, rise, changeup. She'll also work in a fastball. I mean, this is a legitimate pitcher, and she has just been on fire throughout the regionals and this Little League World Series.
Ahead in the count, 0-2. Mila Hamley has just dominated this week. A pair of complete game 1 hitters. When Harrison goes, she did. Dropped third, they threw to third, and she's safe. And now she's headed to second base. No one knows where the ball is. Got to pick it up. And into second base after no one's at third, and now she's headed to third. Have you ever seen anything like that, Michelle Smith?
That is just awareness. We talked about this team being gritty, this team having heart and hustle, and that's a drop third strike, and she just beats it down the line. A little bit of a slip there for Ohio, and then she recognizes that nobody is at second base, and then when she slides into second, she realizes, thanks to her coach, nobody's at third base. She just keeps going, and just very alert, very aware. Look at giving the muscles to her teammate in the dugout. So great way to start the game for Louisiana, the Southwest team.
It was a drop third, and The catcher, Marissa Polder, was ready to throw the ball around after the strikeout. Then they had to throw to first, but the first baseman wasn't there on the bag. And now Matt Hamley wants an explanation. Let's see this again. So Harrison at the plate. I will roll that the next time. No score here at the top of the first, as Matt Hamley wants an explanation about what exactly happened. Now it looks like they want to look at this. So I guess the question Matt's wondering is, was that pitch dropped by the catcher?
Yeah, well, and the umpire points at her and says you swung.
And it looks like she did. But it would be a drop third, and that was the ruling, a drop third, because the catcher did not field the ball, catch the ball cleanly. It's a wild pitch, takes third on the error. And Heidi Harrison is going to await the verdict.
So here's a better view of it. Let's take a look at this. This is probably
the question is, too, if it's a reviewable play as well. And she clearly caught that ball.
She clearly caught that.
That is not a drop third.
That
and
is
if anyone
not
knows,
a drop
it's
third.
A catcher especially, Michelle, you know that if
Yes.
there's any question, they're going to complete the out.
Yeah, I'm glad they're reviewing this. This needs to be overturned because she clearly did catch the ball. Now, Harrison, of course, that's smart on her part to take off. The umpire rings her up on the check. But I think this needs to be overturned. That last view that we had clearly shows that she made the catch. She had the right to throw around the horn to third. Yeah.
And that is the right call. Marissa Polder caught the ball. They threw it around. You can hear Matt Hamley saying, "Everybody take a breath." As Heidi Harrison is a little late on getting off of the base. She's just realizing now that she's out. So what was a reaching base on a strikeout, a two-base error, now is just a strikeout, and we can settle in for the rest of this.
There we go. All right. Whew. That was a busy first at-bat.
There's a lot happening there. Settle in here. Kennedy Sampson now at the plate for Louisiana. She waves through a hacking bunt, 0-1. Mila Hamley now with 28 strikeouts through 12 and a third inning.
Yeah, she's just a machine in the circle. Just literally can mow down hitters. We saw her do that at regional so far here. She has a lot of different weapons.
Sampson to second base. Fonda with it. 2 down.
Pitch on the outer half. Looks like a curveball that's just going to run a little bit away from Sampson, and a good job by Gracie to pick that up.
Neely Kilpatrick, 5th grader out of Monroe, Louisiana. The big stick, prettiest smile on the team, according to her coaches. Told us she loves to shop and spend her dad's money. Files that one away.
She's honest about it.
Just misses inside, 2-1.
Hamlin very good at working the corner. She works that screwball into righties, curveball away from them. That's to start off on the left side of the pitching rubber. Gives her a little bit more of an angle to work with.
This is 3-1. The spending of the dance money, I think, was written by a coach. So I don't think she wrote that. I do want to defend her in that.
Okay.
I don't have any misinformation out there about what she did or did not say. 3-1 to Neely Kilpatrick. Inside and a walk. Boulder's got to scamper back to get that one. She does. And a 2-out walk to Kilpatrick. Mila Hamley, just 3 walks this week in 12 innings. Well, Ariana Alfaro, who's 0 for 3 this week with a run scored, couple of walks, 3 runs scored. Cleanup hitter here. We'll see how aggressive they are with Kilpatrick at first.
Boulder, good job running at Kilpatrick, making sure she returns the bag. Never want to throw behind a runner. It's easy to get baited into that when they're off the bag, or off the base by a long way.
Kilpatrick at first base after the 2-out walk.
Nice pitch on the outer half, not getting that call.
Alfaro even looked back at the home plate umpire. Ais Diaz-Cruz just waiting to see if that was going to be a strike call. It was not. 2-1.
A lot of these Louisiana hitters deep in the box, trying to give themselves a little bit of extra room to deal with the velocity. Again, Hamley up near 60 miles an hour. If you're wondering, there's some collegiate pitchers that are 58, 62 miles an hour, so it's getting in there fast. And again, these pitchers are throwing 40 feet.
The 2-2 in the dirt. Runner goes to second, and now we're full with 2 outs. A full count to Alfaro. Caitlin Madison, who has 3 hits on the week, is on deck for Louisiana. A Louisiana team that shut out Idaho 5-0, shut out Canada 8-0. Trying to get on the board with a clutch 2-out hit. Ariana Alfaro in the back of that box facing Hamley. Alfaro, they call her Shrimp. Good for a jumbo base nut. 3-2.
I love the nicknames, especially at this age. Did you have nicknames as a 12-year-old?
I might have had nicknames, but they weren't said to my face.
Okay.
You know, with a last name like Schick, that's the name.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. And as a Smith, I'm always, or you're always a Smitty or a lefty.
Yeah. 3-2. Misses, and another walk.
Something you don't see. Something you don't see very often from Neela Hamley. She's typically in control, but ooh, that pitch close. I'm assuming maybe that's called low.
Caitlin Madison, 3 for 5 this week with a couple of runs batted in. Chance here to get on the board here in the top of the first. In there for a strike. Holder comes out of the chute. And there, 0-2. Caitlin Madison. Dad, the head coach, coaching third base. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Mila Hamley gets out of it, strikes out the first batter, strikes out the last batter in the first.
Mila Hamley just showing that she can throw that ball on both sides of the plate, but a curveball away is one of her best. Look at the movement on this. 2 strikeouts in the inning.
So one of the players we will see do up this inning. Let's meet the team from Ohio, brought to you by PNC Bank.
My name is Emily Vila and my favorite team is the Pittsburgh Pirates. My name is Peyton Severn and my favorite food is steak. My name is Marissa Polder and my favorite food is hibachi. My name is Eric Fisher and my favorite athlete is Paige Buckers. My name is Annabelle Mikesell and my favorite food is Texas Roadhouse Rolls. My name is Lillian Sheffield and my favorite animal is a giraffe. My name is Kendra Lake and my favorite singer is Frank Ocean. My name is Bella Mattern and my favorite animals are monkeys. My name is Mila Hanley and my favorite food is popcorn. My name is Lexi Petrilla and my favorite athlete is Jada Coleman. My name is Casey Fonda and my favorite animal is a sloth.
My name is Gianna Hoops and my favorite team is Savannah Bananas.
There's the Central Regional Champs, and there's the batting order. A team that was here last year at the Little League Softball World Series has already won more games this year than they did last year. They've won 2. If they can get to 3, they're a couple of wins away from a championship.
Yeah, this is a very resilient Ohio team. Had to win a couple of games on the same day to make it to the championship of the regionals. But they're going to be facing Ansley Johnson, who is off the charts, one of the best pitchers, not just in regionals, but here at this Little League World Series. As you mentioned earlier, her 11 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts. She's going to be up near 60 miles an hour. And one of the reasons why her coaches say she's got great self-discipline, she's very motivated, and she's extremely competitive. She's got a twin brother, and oh yes, she beat him out by 1 minute. So there you go. That talks about her competition level off the charts.
Race out of the womb advantage. Ansley Johnson.
That's right.
Out of Sterlington in Louisiana. Best pitch, that rise ball. All-around athlete. Annabelle Mikesell at the plate. 1 hit this week. The 0-2. Throw it around. 1 away.
There it is. That's a rise ball. It's one of the pitches that Johnson throws so well. She's got great late sharp movement that's underneath the pitch. Gets that pitch up at the top of the zone, and when it gets in your eyeballs up there, it's so easy to swing through it. First strikeout of the game for Ansley Johnson.
Ansley Johnson does what Mila Hamley did in the first inning, striking out the first batter, although that one was much less eventful than the first strikeout of the game. And now Mila Hamley, who's at the plate. 2 for 3 in the win over Rowan Little League on Monday. Swings through that 0-2. Johnson makes quick work of her pitching counterpart. 2 away.
Wow, just moves the ball around with the rise ball, but it was the second pitch, a changeup, a little bit taken off of it that really froze her up and allows her to paint that outer half, and Hamley just watched that pitch go by for the strikeout, looking second in a row.
Ansley Johnson coming into today, pitched 11 of the 12 innings for her team in the first 2 games. Nice try by B. Serta. That catcher trying to frame that one that was in the other batter's box. 1-0 count. That one just misses as well. The 2-0. Ansley Johnson doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. Pretty even keel there in the circle. And she's working quick.
Yeah, she does like to work quick, sets the tone. Hitter has to stay in the box. One of the Little League rules allows the pace of play to continue. Mike's sort of behind the dish. You know, she's trying to frame pitches. She's asking umpires, is that a check? She is working for her pitcher.
Serta is full of energy. Swing and a miss. How about that for Ansley Johnson? Striking out the side. What a way to start.
Ansley Johnson, 3 strikeouts to start out this game for Louisiana. She uses a rise ball. She paints the corner and that goes on the outer half. Strikes out the side.
Dix believes sports has the power to change lives. 5 combined strikeouts in the first inning. Runs will be at a premium tonight. Ansley Johnson struck out Mila Hamley. Now Mila Hamley will attempt to return the favor. That is, you've seen that a couple of times this week. A little extra in the circle when you just got K'd by the pitcher.
100%. You want to pay it right back. You're like, all right. And you know what? Even at times when you're facing a not all pitchers hit, but you know.
Yeah.
When you're in the circle, you know. And when you're in the box, you're like, I'm gonna get hit. Let's show her.
2-0 to Johnson. Johnson scooped up by Matter. Good throw, but off the base. Ava Fisher, the throw threw her off the base. Looked like it was headed right to first base, but Fisher lifted that back foot.
Yeah, so a ball hit hard right at Bella Mattern, and you can see that she's going to pick this up, but it looks like the throw is just a little bit offline, and because of it is over there at first base, Fisher's off. I'm going to call that an E6 on the throwing error.
Error on the throw to from Mattern, and now Ava Madison is at the plate. One of the 2 sisters, daughters of the manager. That one gets by the catcher. And Johnson heads to second base. So the wild pitch, Johnson now in scoring position. And Ava Madison, one of the younger players on the team. Quick and fast on her feet, tries to put down the bunt, 1-1.
So she's up in the box. She's not afraid of the speed. Pitch out of the hand of Mila Hamley. And now she's going to move back a little bit. That attempted bunt was one of the reasons why she was up in the box, and now she's going to come back so she can handle that velocity a little bit better.
Hamley checks the wristband, delivers the 1-2. Hamley had a couple runners on in that first inning, was able to get out of it. Early traffic here in the second. Pokes that one foul. Picked up by Mike Self.
Yeah, and this bodes well, Matt, for this Louisiana team because they're working Hamley early in this game. A couple of walks back-to-back in that first inning. Defensive miscue here to start off the second. Pitch count for Hamley continuing to climb early.
Madison into the glove of Mike Self. What a snag. She was playing in, had to range back to her right. And caught the snow cone, 1 out.
Yeah, that is a big out. That is well positioning and the timing going up at the right time to make this catch because off the bat, end of the bat, it's a little bit floaty and at times as an athlete, that is hard to judge, but really good job by Mike Sell to get that important first out of the inning.
Serta now squares, and you can see these Louisiana players kind of distracting Hamley a little bit, slapping the bat, waving it in front. Can that impact the pitch?
Yeah, well, absolutely. absolutely, and it can affect the catcher because Polder, when you bring that bat back, when you bring it back, look what happens. Sometimes it can get into the eyes of the catcher. It can distract both the pitcher and the catcher. So important.
Plate umpire Diaz Cruz having a conversation there with Polder. Talk about stoic. I mean, this is a battle of two pitchers that show no emotion in the circle.
It's impressive.
Serta squares, waves through it. Polder with the biggest fake throw you'll ever see in your life. If she actually lets that one go, it's 89 miles an hour to third base.
Well, and Johnson, I think, had her back to her, so.
1-1 to Serta. Puts it down foul, 1 and 2. Just getting those bunts down, just so critical.
So critical. And she's in the back of the box, which is part of the reason that that bunt does go down foul, because you just don't have a lot of playing surface, right, to really deal with when you're in the back of the box because you're behind the plate.
Now she's got a swing. That one goes off the glove of Polder right behind her. Some early issues there behind the plate for the usually reliable Polder. Just off the glove, a little bit high there from Hamlin.
I can see that ball pops out of her glove. Very lucky it landed back in front of her.
Big strikeout for Hamlin. That's K number 3.
It was a big second out of the inning, especially with that runner at third base. See, she's going to work the outer half. Very good on that arm side of the plate, especially to lefties. You can see the way that she's going to get Serta to reach for that pitch on the outer half.
Graceland Futch, 13 years old from Farmerville, Louisiana. Clutch hitter, performs under pressure. Here's a little pressure spot here for her. 2 outs. First run of the game, 60 feet away. Sis Bates, not a bad one to look up to.
Best in the business at that shortstop position.
Boisterous crowd here at ECU. The Ohio fans doing the OH, and Louisiana doing what they do, letting Ohio know that we're not outnumbered here. The 1-1 to Futch. Just outside, 2-1.
First ball in the outer half. Corner has not been cold a whole lot for either pitcher.
The 2-1. Off the glove again of Polder, and in for the first run of the game is Johnson. That's about the 4th or 5th time we've seen a ball go off of the catcher's glove, and this time it costs Ohio.
You have to wonder if it's something to do with the lights or just the way the ball's coming out of the hand of Mila Hamlin. But this is a ball that is typically caught. I told her it's not that far out of the zone, almost like maybe she wasn't expecting it.
Nice bunt there by Futch. Picked up by Mike Selsick. Graceland Futch speedy down the line and a 2-out infield hit.
Yeah, that is all just about wheeling it. This ball, a bunt, she recognizes that Mike Sell and Fisher, the corners are deep. They're way back. Fisher goes back to the bag. Mike Sell, though, just not in time getting this down. That's a very close play at first, but she runs well. Good job challenging the defense. I think they're going to challenge this call.
They are going to take a look at this. Again, you get 2 unlimited successful challenges, but you can lose them if they're unsuccessful. It looked like she beat it, but it looked like it was very close. I don't know that that's going to overturn that call. The ball must beat the runner. Good stride there, and probably going to stay with this call, but we'll wait.
Yeah. Well, and that's why the call on the field is so important, because there has to be enough evidence to overturn it, and when it's close, you can't tell. It's hard to overturn it. It's hard to tell right there if her foot's on the base. And that's a great job of running by Graceland, getting down the line and hitting the front of the bag. If she would have hit the top or the back of the bag, she'd have been out. Paper.
Oh, they call it out.
Wow.
They overturn it. A bang play at first. And you read Futch's lips saying, I was safe. I was safe. That's the inning, though. Louisiana does strike first. 1-0 over Ohio.